How's it going, everyone? We gotta go over a Stalker 2 update that does have me a little bit worried as far as the performance of the game is going to be concerned. We went over the system requirements recently, which good on the developers for dropping the full tier of system requirements. We had initially looked at the minimum and recommended specs on Steam. That is just not enough and does not give us enough clarity as far as how the game is going to perform. And then they dropped a new set of system requirements. We'll run that down again. Low, medium, high, and epic. And what's interesting is to give you guys an idea of how recommended settings is never a one-size-fits-all kind of a deal. Earlier, now the Steam page has updated, but earlier Stalker 2's recommended GPU was like an RTX 2070. I don't even believe it was the 2070 Super. I think it was the regular 2070, but even if it was the 2070 Super, recommended is what it was. What it was prior to this information dropping, the extended system requirements just days before release. A 2070 Super is playing the game at 1080p 60 FPS at medium settings. So that is what the developers of Stalker 2 deemed it to be recommended. Now they have adjusted that, where they have the high graphics preset adjusted for recommended, and that's for 1440p 60 frames per second, and that is recommending an RTX 3070 Ti or an RTX 4070. Again, 1440p generally, I feel like if you're talking recommended system requirements, that should be what you aim for, like 1440p 60. I get that there is Steam data out there that the majority of gamers are gaming at 1080p. However, that's going to be a skewed data set because you're taking into account all of the Steam player base. There are people on Steam that a lot of them are just playing games like older games, GTA 5, Counter-Strike Global Offensive, Dota 2. You have to look at the potential audience of Stalker 2 and align the recommended requirements for Stalker 2. And I think a lot of the Stalker 2 audience wants to play the game at something higher than 1080p and maybe even something higher than medium settings, and so the recommended settings have been adjusted. When we looked at these settings, there had been no clarification as to whether or not this is using AI upscaling, DLSS, FSR. It has been confirmed that DLSS 3 will be in the game, so that is fantastic. DLSS is great technology. However, usually when system requirements are aligned with DLSS, it is outlined in the system requirements. Monster Hunter Wilds, for as garbage as that game runs, the system requirements that are out right now did outline this is with DLSS or frame generation. Black Myth Wukong, I believe, outlined that, hey, these system requirements are with DLSS. Stalker 2 did not. However, they have come out on their Discord page. Somebody asked, are the system requirements listed accounted for native resolution, or is upscaling also involved? And the answer in the Discord was, to achieve similar performance on the specified PC characteristics, you should use TSR or upscaling technology for minimum settings. To achieve the specified performance at medium, high, and epic settings, DLSS, TSR, and their analogs should be used. This is an Unreal Engine 5 game. This is a fairly visually pleasing game. However, performance-wise, you guys, this is the game that's just screaming at me. It's gonna be a little bit, I don't know, I'm just a little bit skeptical, that's all I'm saying. And I get it that people, even when I talked about it with Monster Hunter Wilds months before that game release, people got mad at me because I get it. We have this affinity, we have this attachment towards these games. What I've noticed is, when it comes to games like, Monster Hunter Wilds, like I said, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, when I'm critical about certain elements of that game, those are the games where I just get a lot of people that are very furious at me. Guys, I bring this up because I want the best possible experience. I am not trying to target the game. I am not trying to say anything malicious. I am just saying, make sure your PC system requirements are in line. And the fact that an RTX 4070 is recommended, and that's for 1440p using upscaling at 60 FPS, y'all gonna tell me that isn't a little bit insane? That's gotta be a little bit insane. How many of you guys have a 4070? I mean, a lot of you guys probably do, but on top of that, recommended RAM requirement is 32 gigs of RAM, Intel Core i7-11700. These are incredibly demanding system requirements, and I'm not gonna lie, I think the game graphically looks really solid, and you're gonna be able to play this game at minimum settings at 1080p very easily with a GTX 1060 RX 580. I wouldn't worry too much about this game being able to run outright. However, I would worry a little bit about the sheer optimization and some potential performance issues. You know, these things do happen in games that we are incredibly excited about. I know a lot of people were excited about Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and a lot of people are excited about Monster Hunter Wilds still. Yes, it's in beta and there's time for optimization, but these are incredibly demanding system requirements that it's going to be incredibly demanding to run this game, and you better have a fairly good PC if you're looking to play this game at optimal settings and frame rates. And I think the murky territory that we are getting into, I said the same thing with Monster Hunter Wilds. I'm not outlining it or singling out Stalker 2. This is a general PC gaming worry, is that instead of DLSS and FSR and AI technology being this incredible supplement, keyword supplement, to performance and optimization, it feels like it is starting to be used as a crutch. I am not saying Stalker 2 is going to run poorly or anything like that, but to me, that's how it feels like. I said the same thing about Monster Hunter Wilds in September. You guys can dig up that video. This was before the majority of people were even talking about the performance issues. I want to give myself the old pat on the back for calling that one. And you could say that game was in beta, so on and so forth, but when you look at these system requirements, it's just a little bit worrying. And the idea of DLSS and frame gen especially, don't get me started on frame gen, because I think the idea of frame gen can be incredibly compelling. However, it is very far from perfect. Stalker 2 isn't outlining frame gen. They're not saying that. So I really am hoping that frame gen is not going to be something they're using as a crutch for 60 FPS as well. They just know DLSS, TSR, and their analog should be used. Frame gen to reach 60 FPS with a 4070, that would be absolutely egregious, and that's where I would have a problem. But this is me taking the information that they have given us and doing a little bit of speculating, because that's all I can do. I wouldn't say it's worrisome that they dropped the in-depth system requirements days before release. A lot of games have done that, and there are a lot of games that have done that and turned out to be really good PC versions. I've seen, honestly, the majority of games as far as the in-depth 4-tier or 6-tier system requirements, the window of time is usually a week or two before release. It's not like this is being done very close to release. I think Alan Wake 2 actually dropped it like right before the game came out. So, you know, this isn't uncommon as far as that's concerned. And what is worrisome to me is the utilization of AI technology as this crutch rather than performance. Again, I don't know if Stalker 2 is doing that. We'll have to wait and see how the game actually looks when we get our hands on it, and then on top of that, how it performs. But to me, it's a little bit worrisome. That's all I'm saying. I know some of you guys are going to want to hold me hostage for that, but I just try to be real with you guys, even for the games that I am excited about. And obviously, I got to do a little bit of shilling. I'm still incredibly excited about this game. I'm going to play it day one. If you want to play it day one on Steam and get it a little bit cheaper, our good friends at Green Man Gaming have got it 15% off. Use the code NOV15, that's NOV15. You can get the Standard Edition, Deluxe Edition, and Ultimate Edition, all 15% off. $51 for the Standard Edition, and the other editions will vary depending on which edition you buy, Deluxe and Ultimate. You'll get a Steam key, and you won't pay tax either, so it's actually way more than, or not way more, but a little bit more than 15% of savings. But that'll do it for me. Again, a little bit worrying. Just all I'm saying, you guys, is have your PC manned up and ready to go. But that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.